Hello and welcome to our demo for our KDTrees application. My name is Arham and my team members are Sara, Maheen and Arham. We've gone and put all of this implementation in a Django application so that our application is easily accessible through the web, which is what I will now start. Python manage.py, and here we will run the server. As soon as the server starts, we'll be able to see our application. And when I click on the link, we land on this page. We've tried to ensure that the UI is as simple as possible. We want to ensure that the user can quickly get to the search engine, type in their query, and then receive the results very quickly. So I will type out my query, the coronavirus, and then receive a list of the top 15 documents that the search engine actually feels are very similar to the query that we've put in. Now I'll visit a few of those documents. So we have 19, which is basically just coronavirus being one of the 5 words, and subsequently 86, which is the word coronavirus but part of a much larger group of words. We've also received documents that have coronavirus mentioned very sparingly, but is mentioned nonetheless. For our KD tree, we've actually used a corpus of more than 3,000 documents. But then we also felt that text shouldn't be just the only application, because that's something that we find very common in terms of using data structures. So we then went out and actually implemented the use of KDTrees to actually recognize images. So the image recognition part in KDTrees works through figuring out image similarities. So what we've done is use the MNIST dataset and then went on to actually create a vector out of each of the images and then created a node based on those particular vectors. So every time we have to run a query, we provide a vector of any given sample image to then receive the top 9 similar results that I'll show you very shortly. So here I've run my application, and now through the Keras backend, we're now loading up the MNIST dataset. And now you'll see that with each iteration, it will pick out 5 random images that it will give the KD tree as a query. We're building this KD tree of more than 10,000 images. So here you can see in the bottom right, this is the query image. And the top 8 results, that we've received. You can see all of them are accurate to what we've put in here in the bottom right. And when I close this up, we go on to the next test. Here we'll be testing 0. Again, all the queries are in the bottom right, and the rest of them are the top results that our KD tree feels are the closest to it. I'll show the other 3 examples just like this. This is number 4. We see the query in the bottom right and then the top 8 results. We have number 1. And then finally we have the number 9. We can see that even though we may see differences in the ligature and the shape and maybe the size, and sometimes some might be eerily close, just like this one could be to 4, but the KD tree does a really good job in distinguishing all of them. I hope you enjoyed our demonstration of not just using the KD tree for basic text-based information retrieval, but also using it for image search as well. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for taking out the time to watch this. Goodbye.